Right, plan today, guys, is to walk out over those rocks and see if we can get to the third bay along. This is the first one, and there's the second one, and then there's the third. I don't think we can get to the third without a boat, but we'll go and have a look. Well, as you can see, I've got my sun hat on, so I can see where I'm going. We've started walking across to the other bays or coves. It's a bit windy. In fact, that's the reason we're doing this. I was going to go up onto Bolt Tail and fly, but the wind's in the wrong direction, probably too strong. So just have a little spin round here. Right, back behind me, Hope Cove. Might be able to see the Cove restaurant from here, tucked in. But we're going to try and get across this way. The tide is still on its way out, and we'll be going out for another hour and a bit. So I should be safe to do this. But we won't have much time there if we do get there, before we have to start coming back again. So my plan is to get to the other side of that big rock where the next bay is, and it's a rock scramble all the way. Lots of nice rock pools here, but that's a different video. Alright, first view of the next cove. We should be able to get over there. I am liking these rock pools. I wish I brought the waterproof camera. As I say though, that'll have to be a different video, a different time. Stick to plan A, see how far we can get. They really are nice rock pools. Like I said, stick to plan A. We've got to make the distance in the time. Apparently there used to be a zigzag path to escape up the cliff, but it's eroded away. And we're not talking about this lot, we're talking about the next lot. This lot seems fairly straightforward for scrambling over. As long as I stay on the dry stuff. My wife knows where I'm going and how long I should take. So if I don't return, she knows what to do. Right, so that's the first little bay, or the first part of the first bay. I think it carries on for a little bit longer. Yeah. And then we've got to try and get round there. And some rockfall there. It's all very unstable. And walking on that stuff's quite difficult. I might stick to the rocks. Not sure which is better. Let's get a little close up at the rock. It's got veins in it. So it's sort of slate with veins. And more nice rock pools. Let's try that again. My feet's sinking, that's the trouble. Which makes walking difficult. Oh, little hole. People love little holes. Gosh, that one goes in a long way. But it does come to an end. Yeah, dead end. No pirate treasure up there. Or smuggling path up to the back of a house somewhere. Smuggling path, smuggling tunnel. Peaceful here. Right. It's funny, you wouldn't have thought pebbles were softer than sand, but they are. I'm sinking right in as I'm walking. Amazing how sound travels. I can hear those people talking to themselves, or talking to each other. I've set a timer on my mobile phone to remind me when I need to turn back. It is very pretty, the rocks, with that veining in it, or layers I suppose. Right, over there is where we want to go. Because I could put my hat camera on, couldn't I? If you're wondering, Nanny decided she didn't want to try and do this. Right, I could climb up over that. Let's see if we can just walk around it. the moment that's a nice cooling breeze. Oh, that looks like a way through. That does look like a way through. Yeah. Well, there we go. I think we've cracked it. That's where I want to get to. Ah, right. Might have to put the camera down for a second so I don't do this one-handed. That's just a bit further to drop than I want to. Yeah, it wasn't an enormous drop. It was just more than I want to do one-handed. And we probably could have walked around there. I do hope they're not naked. So, here we are at the other bay. The third one along. More beautiful rock pools. Right, quickest way down without falling. There we go, we made it. So, according to my wife, there used to be a zigzag path to escape from here. Ah, I reckon that's it there. Follow it up the edge there. Don't know if you can see it. But I reckon that's the escape route. Pretty steep. Wonder how we're doing for time. I was rather hoping there'd be nobody here, because I've got my drones in the backpack. I don't want to disturb people when it's beautifully quiet. Better turn the camera off just in case they're not clothed properly. Just an idea with those sticks. I'm going to draw my logo on the sand. Well, there's my logo, but I don't think we can get up high enough to see it. Interestingly enough, there's a hole just there. Yeah. Interesting. So, logo in the sand. I might annoy people and put the drone up. There we are. Before I do anything else, I'll just have a peek over the next hill. You always want to go just that bit further, don't you? I just think we can go up there and have a look. Whoa. Absolutely beautiful rock pool. Rockfall? Yeah. Rock pool. Almost deep enough to swim in. Not going to be able to see, I don't think. Well, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Very rocky. Not impossible, but a bit rocky for dear old Grandad. So we'll call that a day. Or at least we won't go any further. You can see my logo now, because it's upside down now. Alright, put my camera back on its strap. So I've got two hands. I just thought I didn't show you where I just came up. Yeah. So not difficult, but unpleasant when you look at it. And it's getting windy. Okay, made it back this far safely. In one of my previous videos I said in my youth or earlier days I'd have run over all that lot. Just older now. Can't do it anymore. Moan, moan, I'm getting old, moan. Or words to that effect. Stone with a hole in it. Right, we're now going to go hat camera mode and have a go with the little Cheerson cricket with the camera on, just to see if we can get a picture of my logo that I've drawn in the sand. I'll have a look, see if we can get up to that hole. That hole. That does look like it goes back quite a way. But I'm not going to climb up there, because I'm worried about getting down again. Yeah, not going to go in there, not on my own, or not with nobody knowing where I am. Could have sent a drone in there, couldn't I? Oh, it needs lights. And I'm not that good a flyer anyway. Right guys, time to head back. been having a very frustrating couple of days. Well, no, 3 or 4 days actually, with the action cameras. They keep stopping. Now, I'm sure they're fully charged. I'm sure they've got plenty of memory. But for some reason, they keep stopping. And I don't understand why. So today, I've been flying 2 drones. The little Cheerson Cricket and the bigger Seamer X3. And I've been having fun with them. But I really don't know if I've got any footage from the hat camera. So, yeah, frustrated. I mean, it's a beautiful day. There is a little bit of wind, which was making flying the little quads interesting, because they can't cope with wind. They're really indoor toys. So that was buffeting them around a bit. But it would have made interesting video. So there might be some, but I don't know until I get back to the holiday home and download the footage, if there is any. Main camera here that I'm talking on, that's been okay so far. Main problem with it is it's a bit big and bulky to bring out somewhere like this where I'm having to crawl over the rocks. Because I did go out over those rocks just to have a look at the next bay along. Because we're 2 bays long, or 3 bays long I suppose. There's Mouthwell Sands, which was the bit right by Hope Cove, and then there's another bay that I've walked across, and then there's this one, which I looked at briefly when I walked up along the coast path up the top. So I wanted to see if we could get here. It is a place you can only come at low tide unless you've got a boat, because you've got to crawl over the rocks at low tide. Once the tide comes in, you can see it's right the way up here at the moment, and obviously on storm conditions or higher tides you could be completely stuck. Now, according to my wife, there was a zigzag path that goes up the rocks, and when I was walking from the other side this way, I think it's on the back of this one. There is a zigzag path, but it's overgrown, you can only just make it out. I don't know if you can actually physically get to it from the bottom either. She said her dad gave one of her brothers a piggyback all the way up because the little boy didn't want to climb. We're talking best part of 60 years ago. Yeah, right, well, that's it. Time to go. Right, you can't really see from just here, but it looks like if you follow that grey rock up there, there's a path starts just there and then zigzags all the way up. I'll have a look from further back so we can see it clearer. Right, I think we can see the zigzag now, so it's the grey rock. My finger's not in relation to the position, is it? I was pointing without looking. Right, grey rock, and it zigzags up there. And right over there is that hole in the rocks I was looking at. It does seem to go in quite a way. Right. Come through the secret tunnel, chasm, canyon. Crack in the rocks. Back over there now. I've probably filmed enough already of this, haven't I? Right, back to the second bay. There's bolt tail out there. For some reason I've suddenly got fascinated by rocks with holes in them. Isn't it peaceful? I know this will be the wrong thing to say in the current climate of eco-warriors and plastic destroying the world, but I've just realised I've walked across 3 beaches here and there's a distinct lack of plastic waste. Certainly compared to the last beach I was walking on a few months ago. Over at, funnily enough, it wasn't that far away. Chalabra, which is, well, in line with that big rock now. But seriously, I just don't seem to be seeing the amount of plastic. It may be that the weather's been different because we had very stormy weather and it probably washed it all up off the sea floor on the previous tour of the beach. Whereas we've had very calm weather here, so maybe it's not actually bringing it to the surface and bringing it out. That's probably the only explanation I can come up with. I said probably about half a dozen times then. Right, made it back again. Windy on this corner. I think I'm shading the camera from the wind at the moment. But I'll turn round. Yeah. And we're back again. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.